Hi guys! So I have Louis Vuitton, Dior, Chanel, Hermes, Mulberry. I don't want Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, Coach, Valentino or Celine. So what do I want? Here are the 5 brands that I've never bought a bag from, with one exception. Again, changing the rules. 5 brands that I don't have any bags from that I would definitely consider buying from. So let's get going. So thank you to the wonderful and beautiful Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle. I will link her details and everything in the description box. Yeah, Lisa's come up with this tag and yeah, it's a great idea, so that I'll jump on it straight away. So I did a recent video which was a tag video which the gorgeous Nick from Living Life Loud with NJS tagged me in, so thank you again for that, Nick. And it was the 5 brands that I will not be buying from. In that video I did allude to the fact that I wasn't going to include brands that I have never bought from but maybe will buy from in the future. That video was purely bags I've never bought, brands I've never been interested in, not likely to be interested in. The way I'm going to structure this video, just to have some semblance of order, otherwise I go rambling off for dear life. So I'm going to tell you the 5 brands, I'm going to tell you the bags I'm interested in those brands, and then going to tell you why I'm interested in them, and then I'm going to tell you what stopped me so far from buying them. So let's get going. So the first brand that I'm potentially interested in is Prada. And there's only one bag that I am interested in, and it is this bag here. And I think it's just called the Hobo bag. And I saw this for the first time when I went to London. And I was just blown away by it. I really was. So why am I interested in this bag? Well, I think for me it's like an easier, slightly smaller version of the iCare YSL bag. I like the YSL, it's just too big. I've spoken about that one before, but the Prada one, you still got that hobo, that slouchy, that gorgeous supple leather feel to it, the sort of quilting effect on it, but it's just that little bit smaller and it's got a zip at the top, and I just felt it was really comfortable slung over your shoulder. And yeah, I just thought it looked like a nicer, more practical version, not so big, not so slouchy, but still has elements of that. So that is why I was interested in the Hobo bag. What's stopping me from buying the said Hobo bag? Well, nothing's stopping me actually, other than funds. Funds are stopping me because, yeah, I've only just seen it. I don't know, I think it's quite new out, and I think that's why I haven't seen it before I went to London. It's not all over social media like the iCare bag is, and that's another plus for me. I do like the fact that it's slightly more understated, I think. Yeah, so the only thing that's holding me back is, yeah, I've bought a few. Let's not mention that again. If you know, you know. I have a bag to unbox, and when I get to 1,000 subscribers, it will be unboxed. So you know what to do. Anyway, that aside, there are no funds, so I have to save up. So it is on my list of things that I definitely would be looking at. So yeah, the things that are stopping me are my lack of funds, plus it is very expensive. So it's on the potential wish list going forward. Okay, the second brand that I would potentially be looking at in the future is Loewe. Now, how many times am I going to mention Loewe? How many times? I bet you're sick of hearing it. I'm sick of saying it myself, to be fair. So which bags am I interested in Loewe? Well, if you have watched any of my videos before, yeah, it's the puzzle bag. The puzzle bag. Yeah, I've talked about it so many times. I just love it. I love the puzzle bag, and I also am interested in, I think it's called the flamenco bag. Now, my good friend on here, Tiana Perry, has just mentioned this in one of her videos, and it is a beautiful, it's like got a it's not quite a drawstring, but it's got that sort of look to it, and it looks like it's, well, it is, the leather is very soft and supple and beautiful. Anyway, so they're the 2 bags that I would be interested in, the puzzle and the flamenco. So why would I be interested in those bags? Well, the puzzle, I just think it's an easy to use, a neutral, a beautiful crossbody bag. The leather's beautiful, the quality is beautiful, and I think the price is pretty good. I really do, for the quality of the bag. So I like the aesthetic of it. I like it's got a little top handle. I like the small size. I think it's the perfect size for me. The mini is fantastic too. You can fit quite a lot in, but I think the small is what I would probably go for. There's some beautiful colours to choose from. It just feels like it would be an easy to use everyday bag that still looks nice, but it's not heavily logoed, or so it's a very good bag for being understated for those times that you want to be. So yeah, that's why I love the puzzle. The flamenco has just come onto my radar more recently, and I think it is just, again, the quality of it, the supple leather. I like the simplicity of the style, but it's got something about it. So what's stopping me buying it? What has stopped me? Why don't I already own something from Loewe? Simple as my family. None of them like it. Every single time I have looked at Loewe, yeah, I did a video recently, which I will again link up here or down below, and it was, yeah, my family's thoughts on my collection and also on my wish list and things like that. And they all absolutely trashed Loewe. They really, really don't like it. And although I know I shouldn't buy something because somebody else doesn't like it if I love it, but it does put you off, doesn't it? If you go shopping with somebody and they're like, it's okay, it's ordinary, it's nothing about it. So it has put me off. But yeah, I'm not going to let it put me off anymore. So that is definitely back on the wish list. The third brand that I would be potentially interested in the future is Bottega. Again, I've talked about Bottega a few times on my channel. I love, the woven, I think it's called intricato. Anyway, however you say that. I love that woven leather. I just think it's aesthetically beautiful. So which bags would I be interested in Bottega? Well, I love the pouch, I love the team pouch, I love the mini pouch with the crossbody, I love the cassette, not so much the padded cassette I think just the normal cassette. I like the Jodie, but the mini Jodie just seems too small and, yeah, a bit of a, not useless, but hard to use, little handheld. Yeah, I don't think, and I think it's hard to get in and out of. I'd rather just have the pouch. I quite like the opening of the pouch. It's just a little bit different, but I like I don't know if it's the large Jodie or it's just called the Jodie, but it's really quite a big hobo looking bag. And again, yeah, I like that slouchy, throw it over your shoulder sort of look, so I really like that one. Colours, there's a beautiful purple lilac colour, and I think it's called Wisteria, and it is, it's just beautiful. And also obviously the parakeet, the beautiful green that I have talked about quite a few times. Yeah, so I just really like the aesthetics of what stopped me from buying anything from Bottega until now. Well, the price has put me off. They are expensive. The leather, much as it's beautiful and, yeah, it's supple and it's soft, but on the flip side, it looks like it's going to be really, really delicate and not durable at all. The ones I have seen in the flesh, I feel like the corners are going to wear really quickly, and anyway, it feels like to me it's going to be very, very delicate, and I'd be too scared to use it. So the price and the durability, yeah, it just really puts me off. So yeah, I did take one of those bags off my wish list because something stops me every time, and I think, no, I just don't know for that amount of money. Yeah, the durability, etc. So yeah, that's what has put me off. So I'm still interested in it, and never say never, but I can't see me buying anything anytime soon from Bottega. Okay, the fourth brand that I don't have a bag from at the moment, but would be interested in looking at, is Fendi. We have to talk about Fendi, don't we? So why have I never bought a Fendi bag? Well, truth be told, yeah, I did used to have a Fendi peekaboo, and I sold it, and that's a whole other story. That anyway, I bought it on impulse. I was after something else. as soon as I bought it, I knew I'd made a mistake. It wasn't exactly what I was after. I was trying to scratch the itch of something else, and then the something else 3 weeks later was available. So yeah, anyway, it's a whole other story. I ended up selling it. So that is the only bag I've ever bought from Fendi, the only item I've ever bought from Fendi. So what am I interested in at Fendi going forward? So I still love the peekaboo. The one I bought wasn't the right one for me. It hasn't put me off Fendi. It hasn't put me off the peekaboo. It was beautifully made. The quality of it, I cannot deny the quality. I just bought the wrong thing, and timing and everything else. It wouldn't put me off getting a peekaboo in the future. I particularly like the more mid-size that they do now. I think they do the ICU, which for me is a much easier, nicer size. I'd got the mini and it was just too small for me, for what I was looking for at that point in time. But I still do love the peekaboo. I love the baguette. I've got a whole video about why I won't be buying a baguette, so again I'll link that up here. But I do love it, and I have looked at it a lot more over the last few months, and it is beautiful. And I also love the Fendi First. I think it's really quirky, really different. And I also love is it the Fendigraphy, the more sort of half moon shaped crescent moon bag? Yeah, I really, really like that too. So what do I like about those bags? Well, the quality, the aesthetic. The peekaboo is a beautiful looking bag. The baguette, it's easy to use. It can be crossbody. It's a top handle. It's very light. The leather's beautiful. The Fendi First I like because it's different. Yeah, I like the opening. I like anything where the opening of a bag is just a little bit different. I've talked about the Petite Mal before. I just like how it opens. It's just quirky and different. And I think the Fendi First falls into that category. Just beautiful. The Fendigraphy, again, I quite like how the Fendi is underneath. So you've got that logo, but it's not on the side. So it's just a little bit different. So I like the aesthetics, and I think the quality is beautiful. Prices, yeah, they're expensive, but they're in line with the quality and with the brand. So it's no different to Chanel prices or Dior prices or Louis Vuitton prices. It is what it is, and it's whether it's value for money for you. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful all-round brand. So what stopped me buying any of these bags? Well, I honestly not entirely sure what it is. It hasn't put me off the one that I had before. It really hasn't. The customer service when I've been into Fendi has been amazing. I went into the London store recently, and the guy there, he was called Mehmet, and he could not have been more lovely. He knew I wasn't buying anything, I was just browsing, and he spent such a long time with me, talking about the brand and the heritage, and just showing me all sorts of the new things that was coming in. So customer service, amazing. So what has stopped me? I think it's just I think we all have an affiliation, or we gravitate to certain brands, and you can't always put your finger on why. It's just that love for a certain thing, something you just are drawn to, something inside. And I'm just always drawn to other things. I love Louis Vuitton, and yeah, I think there's always something else from another brand that I want more at the time, and I can't really explain it. I think it's just I'm drawn to other things first, but never say never with Fendi. I can see myself buying Fendi in the future. I just can. I don't know which it would be. I mean, I am slightly eating my words on my video of why I haven't bought a baguette, because I'm sort of drawn to it again now. And particularly like the mini baguette, it's a really, really good price. Anyway, I don't know. Never say never. We'll see what happens in the future. But Fendi is definitely on the list. And the last brand that I'm going to talk about is YSL, Saint Laurent. I don't own any bags or SLGs, anything. I've bought some shoes from Saint Laurent. But other than that, I don't have any bags from Saint Laurent. So which ones am I interested in? Well, I'm definitely interested in the college bag. I've looked at this for years, and I mean years. I think, yeah, the college bag, and I think also the Lulu, probably the toy Lulu. It's a lovely little crossbody bag. Maybe the puffer, not so, I don't know, I quite like it, but really it's so sweet. And a sort of special mention, sort of, to the eCare eye care bag, because I was interested in that as well. So what makes me interested in those bags? Well, the college bag is a fantastic. I think it's classed as a medium, but it's the smaller one that does go crossbody, and it's got a little top handle. It's a really usable sort of size bag. It's a beautiful flat bag. The chain detail on it is beautiful. The grey is really, really beautiful. It's like a charcoal grey. Yeah, and I just really, really liked it. I liked the aesthetic of it. It felt very durable. It felt like it would stand the test of time. It didn't feel too delicate. And size-wise, it just felt like a really good, easy, crossbody, everyday bag. But of course, you can use it in the evening as well. So I really, really like the college. It is reminiscent of a few Chanel bags. It just is. The Lulu bag, I think, again, is just a really easy crossbody. Whereas when I was talking about the mini peekaboo, which is the one I sold, I found that was a really good crossbody size, but just because it's got a top handle, because of the opening, I just found I didn't really like it crossbody, and then as a top handle it felt too small. Whereas if you were going for a crossbody bag, like a purely crossbody bag, I think the toy Lulu is a really, really good option. Yeah, so I really like the aesthetic. It's just easy. So it looks like it should be carefree, easy to use, slightly understated, very neutral, right up my alley, to be honest. The eCare eye care bag I was interested in. I've talked about that earlier. I'm not interested now. It's too big, just too cumbersome. So what stopped me buying YSL until now? Well, it's a difficult one. I think I looked at it so much years ago, and when I think about it, probably the reason I didn't buy it was because I really wanted a Chanel bag, and I was saving up for a Chanel bag, and I actually was very sensible at that point in time, because as I say, I've mentioned that I've made mistakes since, when I've bought something else to scratch the itch of something I really wanted. But yeah, I think with the YSL bag, I think I really wanted a Chanel bag, and on this occasion didn't buy what I thought was the cheaper, more affordable version to scratch the itch. I just waited and bought the Chanel bag, and I think particularly the college bag is really reminiscent of the Chanel 19. So yeah, and now you see that beautiful one there, or it's sort of, you can see the trendy up there as well, or maybe a flat bag. And I think I was careful not to scratch the itch and just to wait for the thing that I really wanted. And I think the other reason I haven't bought it until now is although it feels like it should be durable, it doesn't feel that luxurious. So yeah, when you compare the leather to some of the other brands, it doesn't feel that luxurious. So I think from afar they look lovely, but when you actually get hold of them, they're sort of okay. Maybe a bit controversial there. That probably makes it durable and makes it, it probably will last. But there's something about it that's just stopped me. There we are. They're the 5 brands that I don't own a bag from at the moment, but would consider buying from. So yeah, let's start the conversation in the comments below. What are the 5 brands that you would be considering? So let me know. And also a massive thank you to Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle, who has tagged me in this. So it's a really fun one to do. So thank you, Lisa. And yes, I will see you on the next one. If you want to watch my previous video, it's here. I'll see you on the next one.